Sorry, but if my man's old girlfriend went through the trouble of dressing like me for Halloween, the smile that would be produced on my face, you would cast me for Joker 3. I'd be smiling for days. For days. I'm a Scorpio sun, also a Leo moon. The smile, oh my god, like you just made my year.
Oh, baby, Kayla Nicole messed around and found out. She's gonna wish she never even thought about saying Teyana Taylor's name out loud, let alone in public. Just a minute ago, sis was being hyped up as the next big thing, the new it girl. Now, she's giving influencer ice spice, and not in a good way, because when Teyana decides to check you in public, baby, it's game over. And now she's telling Kayla loud and clear, don't even think about speaking my name again. After Kayla got real bold and messy, telling the world she hooked up with Iman. Let's rewind though. After Travis Kelce dropped Kayla like last season's trend and started parading around with Taylor Swift, the Swifties came for Kayla hard. I mean, they acted like Travis had only ever dated white girls and not been out here, loud and proud, with black women before Miss Tay Tay showed up. But to Kayla's credit, she had the whole internet backing her up because those Swifties were giving unhinged vibes. Having to deal with an army of keyboard warriors? Exhausting. And for a second, we were rooting for her, but then Kayla had to go and remind us she's got that mean girl energy, and the mess just jumped all the way out. Here's what went down. Kayla pulled up on Angel Reese's podcast, unapologetically Angel. Angel asked her a simple, harmless question like, what's the craziest thing you've ever done in a relationship? Now, Kayla could have kept it cute, said something light, maybe tossed in a playful story about Travis. No one would have blinked. We all would have moved on with our day. But no, Kayla decided to blow up her own spot. Instead of staying in her classy lane, sis swerved straight into Drama City, talking about some mess from way before Travis. And let me tell you, Kayla knew exactly what she was doing. This girl has been in the social media streets long enough to know what was gonna set the blogs on fire. She wanted the smoke, okay? She was practically begging for it. But baby, it came off so petty and unnecessary. It's giving, I'm trying too hard to stay relevant. The mess.
Relationship. This is one of my, we weren't in the relationship, but this is probably one of my favorite crazy Kayla stories because I don't have that many. But I'm a Scorpio and I have that crazy in me though. You know what I mean? Like it's back there. So I was dating a guy.
Okay.
I was dating a guy and he dumped me through a text message. And he dumped me for this singer slash actress who was famous at the time. Dumped me for her. Lied about it for months, then popped out with her. It became like this public thing and it was like, oh my God, we love them. Another like celebrity iconic relationship. And of course, little old me, I'm devastated, I'm heartbroken. I had just moved to New York to like be with this person and move in with them. It was a whole thing.
It's not who y'all think.
Yeah, you guys will not be able to figure this out. Or maybe they will, who cares, it doesn't matter. So he breaks up with me, dumps me, moves on. And for Halloween that year, I dressed up as her. I dressed up as that lady for Halloween. And not only
Are
did
the
I,
pictures out?
they're there somewhere. They're on the internet. And it went viral.
Clock that.
It went viral. It was everywhere. Like,
Really?
And that was before like I was even anything on Instagram, which is why it was even funnier because everybody's like, oh my God, you look so good. And you
Did he say
kill it."
something?
Yeah, you called me crazy. Like you're
Sis really thought she could play coy like we weren't gonna figure it out. Kayla tried to act slick, saying nobody would ever guess who she was talking about. But the moment she let it slip that she dressed up as this man's girlfriend for Halloween, oh baby, it was a wrap. The internet said, challenge accepted, and went into full investigation mode. And you already know how this goes. Once the internet starts digging, there's no turning back. They pulled out the receipts, zoomed in on photos from a decade ago, and honey, it didn't take long. As soon as those pics came crawling out of the archives, it was crystal clear who Kayla was trying to impersonate. She didn't even need to say a name. Her outfit did all the talking, and the mess just keeps piling up.
Sorry, but if my man's old girlfriend went through the trouble of dressing like me for Halloween, the smile that would be produced on my face, you would cast me for Joker 3. I'd be smiling for days. For days. I'm a Scorpio sun, also a Leo moon. The smile. Oh my God, like you just made my year.
Oh, Kayla really thought she was that girl, huh? I'm guessing sis dressed up like Teyana to try and show Iman Shumpert she could give what Teyana gives, but baby, let's be real. Teyana's body is next level, like Michelangelo went to work with a chisel and some divine inspiration. But here's the tea. If a man is a serial cheater, he'll cheat regardless. You could be snatched, sculpted, and shining, and it still won't stop him from being dusty. Now, let's keep it a buck. Iman and Kayla never actually stepped out together publicly. And honestly, if they did, Kayla would have been stepping out as the side piece. Iman and Teyana were already going strong. They'd been together since 2013. So, when Kayla slid in the mix, the timing makes it clear she was playing second fiddle. By the time she took that Halloween pic in 2016, Iman and Teyana were locked in for at least 3 years. Translation: sis got dumped from her side piece probation. Maybe she didn't realize it then, but getting left in the dust was truly a blessing. Because let's be real, Iman. Dusty with a capital D. Now, since the internet resurrected this drama, Teyana had to let it be known she is unbothered. First, she dropped a picture on her IG story, all emojis and giggles, clearly clowning the whole situation. Then she hit us with a reminder of how booked and busy she is, teasing a project for 2025 like, girl, I'm too important for this. And let's not forget, Teyana is always about her business, leaving the mess on the cutting room floor when the Amber Rose and Iman drama popped off. Yeah, I've got a whole video on that, so go watch it after this. Teyana let her friends do all the talking. But even the most unbothered queen can only take so much before she pulls up and says, y'all got me twisted. And that's exactly what Teyana did. Sis popped out in the Shade Room's comments with a long, juicy clapback, and trust me, it's a read for the ages. Quote, "It's really crazy that everyone is allowed to bother me and be distasteful. Everybody gets to play, while I move with grace, always. But now I want to have a little Sagittarius fun too. And it's a problem? F the Iman part. I'm divorced and happily so." However, her choice of words were very distasteful and uncalled for. She knew exactly what she was doing. The lady said she was famous at the time. She also said, I don't care who sees it, it's very distasteful and uncalled for. Most importantly, she knew people would dig, so automatically my name is attached to the nonsense. At that point, she didn't need to eat me. It was clearly a quick search. My name was trending without even saying a word. That's how I saw it, LOL. On top of the fact that the math isn't matching and the facts weren't acting, however, the level of cringe factor was LOL. I'm finding out, just like the world, that her intentions were ill and petty. She pulled the black card when it came to Taylor Swift, but in the same circle, turned around and tried to bully the black woman that was married to her. She claimed dumped her for me, dressing up like me for what? Crazy part about it is, I actually showed love under her pic when she posted it, like I did the other 3,736,262,662 that dressed up as me for Halloween. Whole time, I didn't even know she was being shady. I do now. So, in that case, Dot. He placed petty panties on one, had my little fun, said what I said, and now I'm done and headed back to set. End quote. Child, Teyana gave us a sermon, that clapback was straight fire, and you already know Kayla wasn't ready for it. Sis thought Teyana would keep playing unbothered, but nope. Teyana came out swinging like, don't play with me, but Kayla, being Kayla, couldn't just sit there and take the L. Oh no, she had to clap back too. Sis hopped online with her own response. Quote, I will continue to speak on my life experiences when I see fit with zero shame because it's my story to tell. But if it helps one woman avoid the tough lessons that I've learned, my obstacles will not have been in vain. End quote. Lord have mercy, Kayla tried to hit us with the petty panties anthem, like she wasn't already drowning in drama. She really said, had my little fun, said what I said, and now I'm done, headed back to the set. Like she was delivering a mic drop. But baby, that mic was barely plugged in. And let's be real, Kayla wasn't ready for Teyana's energy, but she sure wasn't about to back down either. So what does sis do? She comes back with her own statement, trying to put a classy bow on this messy situation. Quote, I will continue to speak on my life experiences when I see fit with zero shame, because it's my story to tell. But if it helps one woman avoid the tough lessons that I've learned, my obstacles will not have been in vain, end quote. Sis is really leaning into that I'm just telling my truth energy. All right, Kayla, we see you.
I got a question because I feel like a lot of us are being willfully obtuse right now, and I'm not sure why. Maybe because we put on our helmet of salvation for Kayla Nicole in the past and we're trying to keep it on, but I just really need to know. Is there a certain time period that needs to go by where you get a pass for being a side chick or in a situationship with somebody's husband? Like, how much time has to go by for that not to be a big deal and for you to be able to talk in public about it as if it's no big deal, or just casually about it, or I don't know, not take it to the grave? How much time needs to go by for that? I need to know, because is it like 10 years, 15 years, and then you can get on podcasts and talk about you were side chicks to married men? Is that okay? And would it be okay if it was your husband and 10 years went by? Would that be okay? And then after that, instead of trying to just like leaving the situation gracefully, you dressed up as that person for Halloween? Is that okay? Now, the dressing up as you know, your side dude or I don't know, secret lover's girl is weird, and that alone, I get why you would bring it up as like the craziest thing you ever done. Like, I'm not saying I can get that a little bit, but knowing that this person was married at the time.
Sheila got the whole internet plus their mamas calling her a straight up loser. Folks are out here dragging her like an old wig, saying this mess ain't the boss move she's convinced it is. Instead of leveling up, sis is looking real desperate, and the streets are not letting her forget it.
Personally, I don't think Teyana Taylor even needed to do this. Because if she went through the trouble of dressing up like you for Halloween, she's already a fan. Like, she's already aware of your work. She's already aware of all the things that you're doing. We don't need to know, because we know who you've been. We know, and you can announce things that you're excited about. Her, love that for you. Get that check, get that post-divorce money, but you don't have anything to prove. And the bragging rights of her to be talking about Iman, because I was thinking that this is some maybe businessman, someone else that we don't know. Iman, the stingy Iman, the one that's begging Teyana Taylor for money, that couldn't handle her fame and success and her talent. That's the one that we're supposed to be up. That's the one you're upset about. That's the one you're pressed about. Honey, you can keep him. Like, surely this is one of those guys that you never want to admit that you ever dated because of how they're acting. Like, real. I get why Teyana Taylor responded, like she's tired of people moving mad when she moves with decorum. Totally hear that. But honey, Kayla is a fan. And as a Nigerian woman, I would never, ever let her live it down. I'm obsessed. It's giving Mariah Carey, like, oh, you're so obsessed with me. Wow, you really ordered all of those pieces. It's giving Amazon, like it's giving polyester. Like, you could not have waterboarded that information out. Waterboarded that information.
Imagine fooling with a man who has the audacity to dump you via text, the bare minimum of breakups, and then turning around and dressing up as his girlfriend for Halloween. It's giving stalker vibes, it's serving jealousy, it's dripping in bitter energy, and let's call it what it is, messy and desperate. This whole situation was the final nail in the coffin for folks who were still debating whether to ride for Kayla or let her go. And the internet has spoken. Quote, I'm with Teyana. It's nothing worse than being nice to someone and finding out they were actually being shady. All well, end quote. And as if that wasn't enough, here comes another one. Quote, I liked her better when she was seen and not heard. Why does she want to be known as the chick who keeps getting dumped for real celebrities? End quote. Oof, the ghetto. Folks were out here hollering that Travis fumbled Kayla when they split, but baby, it's starting to look like he might have dodged a whole missile. Cause let's be real, you never really know how these people are treating each other when the cameras ain't rolling. And judging by all this mess, Kayla's giving a little sprinkle of crazy. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. If you're Team Kayla and think she's in the right, drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget, the tea on that Iman situation will be linked somewhere on this screen. Go ahead and check it out. Make sure to like, subscribe, and come back for more drama. Bye, y'all.